Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd. So, many of you guys know that we got this new She-Ra, and I was really excited about getting this She-Ra for a number of reasons. Let me go ahead and pull up my YouTube app so I can see your guys' comments. There it is. It always takes so long for it to start. Come on, start. Okay. There we go. Let's check the volume. There it is. All right, the volume sounds good. Hey, Pop Actor, you're first. Mike Fee is second. You guys are just hopping on here left and right. So let's just jump into this, get this figure open, and just rip the Band-Aid off, and then we'll talk about other She-Ras in the line in the past. Let's see. Animator says, hey, Hebrew, hope you're having a good Saturday. I actually am having a better Saturday. It actually started out kind of rough today, but it got better as the day went on. So here we are. All right, let's go ahead and, let's look at the back of the box first before I rip it open and start complaining. So here's the back of the box. Such magnificent artwork. It's pretty cool. It's funny, in this artwork, they have her chin really pronounced, almost too much. But we'll talk about that when we get to it, because you guys will hear my complaints. Let's go ahead and read the top up here. It's just She-Ra, the most powerful woman in the universe. When Adora raises her sword of protection above her head and cries, for the honor... Oh, that's her voice high pitch. For the honor of Grayskull. She transforms into She-Ra, Princess of Power, and the leader of Etheria's Great Rebellion. And it has her pink horse instead of the white royal version we got of Swiftwind. Actually, it's funny. Here's this guy. He's hilarious. And I remember in one of the podcasts I was listening to, he used to refer to Swiftwind as Quick Fart. And I thought that was so funny because it's Swift Wind, Quick Fart. Anyway, there's some more figures in the line. I just did order Catra. She should be coming here in a few days. That'd be cool. As far as the rest of them, well, you guys saw, I saw open Hordak just yesterday. Oh, Hordak. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing open. Oh, nice. Bullwinkle 80 said, my 40th 2-pack showed up today from Mattel. Excellent. And then Adrian says, how's it hanging, everyone? Adrian, it's hanging well. Thank you. And then Pop Actor, the little Rick from the 80s, would be rolling in his He-Man underwear if you knew decades later he would be owning a She-Ra figure. And it's even funny is even though this is part of the Masterverse, they still made sure to put Princess of Power on here so you know you're buying a girl's toy. A girl's toy. That's funny too. When I was a kid, I never owned a She-Ra. But I found out later on I wanted to get a Bo until I realized I thought Bo would be shaped like He-Man, not the New Adventures He-Man. But anyway, let's yank her out of here. Besides that, it's not a true girl's action figure because she doesn't have soft hair like the one in the 80s did. Unlike the cool special released version we got, which I'll open just for a second just because it's so amazingly cool, even though it does have soft hair. Oh, look at that. Oh, this was such a cool release they did for us. The only problem is she has the old knobby knees on there, but it's covered up by the 35 so you can't see it so well. But even though I'm not a fan of the soft hair, it does look cool on this figure, so I'm kind of glad that we got the special edition She-Ra. Anyway, I'll put the special edition She-Ra away because that's not what this video is about. I just wanted to pull her out so I could show you guys the coolness. Now, this She-Ra was a more advanced figure, and so it costs more money because it has extra head, it has extra hands, it has extra cape. And it's funny, it's because this cape is kind of reminiscent of the new She-Ra, and I wonder if they did that on purpose. It covers the new Netflix She-Ra. Almost called her Sheila. She-Ra. It's funny, my aunt's name. I had a really cool aunt. Her name was Sheila. She was quite the cool aunt. So let's get this special extra cape out of here and not cause any damage. So I'm actually ripping the back of this open. Oh man, Mattel, again with the little pieces holding the cape on. Let me get my extra light. I think we're on light number 2 right now until it dies. I already recharged number 1, so we're good to go with that. All right, let's see if we can't get these little ties undone on these capes. There we go. Just so afraid to cut into the cape because these scissors would just slice that cape pretty easily. All right. Dun, da, da. There we go. Well, it almost looks like Bo's cape, kind of. It's kind of funny. All right. Then we got this extra head. What's going on there? It's like she has some silver paint. Oh, good. It flakes right off. Well, half of it did. Have to grab an alcohol and a Q-tip and get the rest off. All right. Dun-da-da. Almost looks very spacey. And she has her shield, and surprisingly enough, the same kind of hookup that He-Man has on his, and we saw with him yesterday. And she has some extra hands, but we'll get to those in a few minutes. Let's get this sword out of here without bending it. There we go. And now let's cut her free. Oh, good. They didn't actually use any hooks in this cape. Oh, I take that back. They got something going on here. It's like they have tape holding it on. Oh, tape is the worst. That's worse than the hooks. Because tape, as years go on, will... the stickiness... Actually, I can feel it on there already. It's still sticky on there. Will eventually ruin that figure. So if you buy this later on, still mint in the package, you know that tape is going to ruin that cloth. I wonder what the people who pack these figures, who design the packaging, think of. I mean, there's like no longevity planning on packing these. I think it's only packed for one purpose, and that is shipping and appearance in the box when you purchase it. Which makes sense. I mean, it has to look good in the box, right? Ah, her hips got stuck. All right. Oh, I dropped her sword. There we go. It's so funny. I was playing the Uno He-Man game with my granddaughters the other day, and one of the cards was to raise it above your head instead by the power of Grayskull. And I realized it was kind of funny to have the girls say that, so I had them change it when they got the cards to say for the honor of Grayskull. And at first they didn't understand, and they kept saying by the power of Grayskull anyway. One of them one time said for the honor of Grayskull. All right, let's just talk about the elephant in the room right off the bat. One thing that is bothering me massively about this figure is right there. And that is, you know, when you put her head back, it doesn't look quite so bad. But when her head was in the box, it definitely looked bad. But let me show you what we were promised versus what we're getting here. So this was the She-Ra we were promised. And I want you to notice how large her chin is on here. It's got a really nice strong chin, and you can see that nice strong chin on there. And that's what I was expecting, was a She-Ra with a beautiful face like this. And this is what they showed at Big Bad Toy Store. I got this right from Big Bad Toy Store. Now, we've been talking a little bit about the new figures coming out, not with He-Man, but with other properties, of being in a box sealed, and they show pictures on the outside of the box. And I can guarantee you this would be the picture they would show on the outside of the box for this figure if they did not have a window packaging. Oh, it's not going to zoom back up. Oh well. So let's go back to our video. right, there we go. Ah, work. There we go. So I am a little disappointed in her chin. And let me show you, it's kind of funny, is the secondary head has a pretty good strong chin, like it's supposed to. So you can see the difference. See, look at the chin on this one compared to the chin on this one. And so it is just a little frustrating. But anyway, we're not here to just talk about chins, even though it did really bother me that she does not have a good chin. Well, it's funny, her head back, though, looks better in the package. Let me go and grab the other one so I can show you what I'm talking about. The way they put her head in the package, it just looks like she has a weaker chin. Oh, maybe not. I don't know what I was thinking. Just, I don't know. Anyway, let's continue on. So, articulation, ankle articulation, boot cut, double joint her knees. Her legs turn at the thigh. It goes out and in. We got a cut here on the waist, and then her shoulders, bicep cut, double jointed elbows, and lots of wrist articulation. All right, so let's go ahead and compare her to other figures in the line. Now, to do a true comparison, I'm going to have to change my He-Man out a little bit because he has the wrong sword in his hand. So let's see if we can find the sword he came with so we can actually see comparison. There it is. So you can see here. Now, of course, this is Revelation and this is Masterverse, so that's why they don't quite look the same, but they are similar. So I guess we'll see with the other He-Man figures when they come out if they look more Filmation-y like that sword or not as the time goes on. All right, so height-wise, not too bad. Now compared to Teela. Now, Teela, they did the most awesomest job on her face. She is by far my favorite figure. If they could have done just as good on She-Ra, I would have been massively happy. They did on the promo picture, but not on the actual... there goes Teela. She took a dive. No. All right. Ugh. So you can see the difference in their heads. And now you could probably really see what I'm talking about the chin, how it just looks so weak on She-Ra, which it should not. But anyway. Let's see. Pop Actor said, I didn't like anything that was girly. Yes, all of us were afraid of pink packaging when we were children. Ah, it's got pink packaging. In fact, some people say that was one of the things that led to the death of the He-Man line, was creating the She-Ra character. But I don't believe that. I think the death of the line was basically the figures they started going with, and then the New Adventures didn't help at all. But anyway. All right, so let's do some comparison. Oh, weak chins, that's right. We had the same problem one time before when they gave us this Teela right here. And this Teela right here had the exact same problem, the weak chin. And it was funny because her secondary head that she came with didn't have the same problem. And so we had the exact same issue. It's happened with Mattel with the chin issue. And I tried to actually pack stuff around her chin one time, but it's just her whole face got stretched out and kind of ruined. And now they kind of did it again where her alternate head looks better than her main head. And I was tempted to try to figure out how to get this apart to maybe use that head, but you can't. She doesn't have all the eye stuff, everything else on this head, so you couldn't just swap it out. And so I'm kind of bummed about that, but that's okay. And then, of course, I finally fixed my original Teela by grabbing the one from the new line, which I'm surprised looked pretty good on that body. Dun-da-da. So that actually worked out pretty well. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Tila. Let's go and set her aside. And let's continue on with She-Ra. So we got She-Ra. Let's see. Oh, this is from the 2-pack, I think. Yeah, it's from the 2-pack She-Ra. There it is. Here is the She-Ra that we got from Classics. Now, she does have the interchangeable mask, so you can turn it over. But one problem is it left this hole in her head if you just took her mask off completely. So, not quite the best engineering solution. I personally like her helmet hat on, or face mask on this way. As a mask, it looks way cooler. But anyway. And then we got a whole bunch of these different She-Ras. We got the Bubble Power one, which had the split on the side of her dress, and you could swap the parts and stuff. And then eventually we got Despera. Despera is stuck in her box with Bo's arrows stuck on her back. And Despera came with this head originally, but of course I swapped it out with a different head, because you guys know how I feel about hair. And so I gave her Adora's head, and she came with a cool pack-out head like this of like a female Hordak. Oh, that is so creepy looking. Look at that. I never noticed how just creepy looking this was. You know, I wonder what size his head is compared to this one, being the female heads were smaller. Nope, it's actually way smaller than his head. I was going to say maybe you could just use this head on the new Hordak. So creepy looking. Anyway. And then we got a really cool She-Ra from Super 7 that looks like this right here. Which Super 7 did a pretty good job on. I guess kind of a fun Filmation-y She-Ra. We also got the 5.5-inch one, which was kind of lame, but it had good accessories. So, kind of a cool, fun She-Ra. And then, of course, we got the brand new She-Ras. Let's see if I have one here. It hasn't been altered yet. There she is. Now her mask fell off. But then, of course, I've done some altering to mine. So there you go. All right. You guys are chatting away. My Tila is hotter than She-Ra. Shoot the nail clippers for that cape thing. That's a good idea. Let's see. Yes, Battle Armor He-Man and Sunman are great choices, Black Phoenix 77. All right. So, wow, you guys wrote a lot of comments. How do you remove just the feet off a figure? Well, it depends on the figure you're talking about. So, which kind are you talking about? And then I'll see if I can help you out there. Meanwhile, I'm going to do a head swap on her. Wow, her head is on really tight. Okay, we're going to have to dunk her in hot water. I hate doing that with caped figures that have cloth capes. So I'm afraid it will bleach the color out, especially something rich like red. So we'll have to be careful not to get her too deep into the water. So I'm just going to hold her here instead of dumping her like I usually do. Oh, I got her cape a little wet. There we go. So here's her cape. Actually, I got it a lot wet. And where is that other head? So here's the other head right here. It can pop right on if I was to heat it up and stick it on. Or like I said, you can pack out the other cape, which the other cape, like I said, looks way more like the new cartoon. So everyone keeps complaining that they didn't make the new cartoon She-Ra, but there she is right there. Dun, da, da. Now, of course, this doesn't look like the new She-Ra head, but there she is. If I was to put her all the way together. All right. So just for kicks, let's grab a different She-Ra head and see how that would look on there. Now you can see this head would look way too big on her if I was to push it all the way down. So that would not work. Wow, she's got a dent in her forehead from wearing a crown or something. Or not a crown, but her thing on her head. Yep, came off. This is the one I used the gold one on. It looks like it has indented permanent marks on her head. Am I putting it upside down? I am. There we go. Dun, da, da. All right. So let's take a look at your guys' comments. I'm going to put her back the way she's supposed to be. Oh, that's backwards. They got a little too much orange on her hair right here on the front. There we go. Let's see, you're lucky at door. They don't stock much of my area. Been hitting all my local targets since I've been putting a ton of Origin stuff for sale. Nice. You know, I thought I had more She-Ra stuff to show. Of course, this is one of my favorite versions. I actually bought a used She-Ra one time online, and it was in really bad shape. I had to repaint the boots, repaint the bracers. It was missing its upper piece, so I used the 2000X one. She didn't have a cape, so I decided just to use somebody's armband. I forgot whose armband it was. It already came this color. And, oh, it actually looks pretty cool. Tila only likes He-Man, Rick. Let's see, what did Rick say? Oh, well. Wow, you guys wrote a lot of comments. Wow, these She-Ra toys are awesome. Thanks, Jonathan. Yep, they got some cool features. So, some of the things about the new She-Ra too is she's patterned after more like the Bubble Power She-Ra. I happen to have a Bubble Power She-Ra right here. And you can see the Bubble Power She-Ra has wristbands that have some kind of a pattern on them and a pattern on her boots too. And they did that with the new She-Ra, is they actually put patterns on her wrist cuffs. Now they're actually just painted on there, so it's kind of hard to see. And on her boots the same way. So she does have some detailing on those parts of her. Oh, I know what I was going to grab. Now I remember. The Four Horsemen line made a figure that was like She-Ra. Oh, there she is. Now I added the wings to her myself. She didn't come with wings normally. I have a video on that of me adding the wings. But there is the Super 7 Mythic Legions? Mythic Legions, yeah. I keep wanting to call them Mythic Legends. She-Ra version. And like I said, I added the wings myself because I thought it'd be cool to add wings to her. So there she is. I think she's pretty cool looking. Anyway, I'll put her back here because her wings are so big. Ah, she lost her sword. Stand. Sometimes I wonder how Super 7 can create figures that are so similar and not get any kind of trouble for it. It's cool because they make some really cool ones, like the new Moss Man that's out and the Trap Jaw they made and other ones. It's just funny that they can do that and nobody says nothing. I am still missing on the picture on the milk carton. Wonder She-Ra, Amazon of Power. She ripped the wings off Swiftwind. Oh, that is funny. So I wonder if we're going to get an Adora figure from this new line. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, you know what? We got to pin her against Hordak. What the heck? Because that's what she does. She fights Hordak and makes him look dumb, so... Ugh. Now I'm going to have to make a Masterverse version of my She-Ra sword. Okay, we got to put her in a cool stance. Come on. Let's put this leg forward. Ugh. Bend your knees. Her knees are like frozen, locked. I cannot get her knees to bend. There we go. That knee's working. There we go. Oh, there we go. I'm always afraid they're going to break on me when I do this. Now she has the same issue that we saw with the Tila in the past that had that leg gap. So I showed you guys how to fix that in a different video. Okay. Have to get her into a dynamic pose here. Oh, weird. It's got like blue clear plastic or something on the front. Oh, the whole thing's made of blue clear plastic. That's cool. Is the sword too? Okay. That's pretty cool. They made the whole thing in clear blue plastic so it has like a see-throughness to it. Okay, that is pretty cool. I like that a lot. There we go. Stand, She-Ra, stand. All right, now we got them in dynamic poses for fighting. Now Hordak, of course, is to get in some cool dynamic pose too. Let's see what we should do with him. Let's put this leg forward instead, and this leg back. We'll straighten his arm out. Oh, it's as straight as his arm goes. That's it. He's got a permanent bend in his arm. Of course, that is pretty close range for a crossbow. Todd, check out the story and the pictures of the BA Masterverse He-Man. It's really weird. The new Eternia story. And Todd can fix any figure, guys. Laughing out loud. Thanks, Mike. Hey, Hebro, any planned customs with the pop figures? I don't have any planned customs yet. I really have not made a lot of custom pop figures, actually. Even in my old classic stuff. I mean, one thing I did do a long time ago is I made a bunch of arrows for Bo. And this is right from my Shapeways store. And I did this because I wanted the different symbols, like cards, for his arrows. And where is my Bo? There he is. And Bo I customized a couple times. Like this one I put gold for his belly using a balloon. I thought it made a lot of sense instead of having an empty bare belly. This one I left normal, but I switched out his boots to be more of a swashbuckling hero. But for his arrow, I used a black rubber band piece. And with these arrows, I painted the tips of them gold. And I got a whole video on it too. This is my prototype that I first did as a prototype to see how long it had to be to make it work right. And then his original arrow is this little dinky short nothing thing, which doesn't go very, it doesn't even, the bow's so large by the time you pull it back to do anything, it doesn't really have much of an oomph. But these nice long arrows, these things can shoot like 6 or 8 feet once you get them lined up in here. Then you pull this thing back, you have quite the power behind them, so you can go pretty far. And I set out a tape measure one time and did a video shooting these arrows, and they, like I said, they actually do go pretty far. See, oop, now I'm making dangerous stuff. So I know it sounds kind of funny, but I've customized some of the guys, but I haven't customized any of the female figures really. Now I've done a lot of fixes on the figures. Like I gave Sweet Bee, whatever her name is, Buzz Off's wings from 2000X just made way more sense instead of the giant pink ones. So I've done small little changes like that. And then I've made a Light Hope. You guys have seen that. I've customized her a lot too, where I made her lightsabers just handles that glow in the dark, or handles and also glow in the dark blades. And I also made a hood for her one time. And let's see, what other customs have I done? Yeah, mostly just fixes. Like one of the biggest fixes was for this figure here, Peekaboo, because normally you couldn't put her giant peacock feathers on her back. Her hair would get in the way. So I actually altered her head. You can see the inside there, so that it could sit at a different angle. And then I altered the peacock feathers to hold her hair in that place by sanding it out. And now they can actually fit on her back like they're supposed to, which I don't get why Mattel didn't do a fit test of all these parts before they, and of course I gave her 2 fans so she can do the full martial arts fan fighting. Ho ho. So, and then I made I can't think of her name. I don't even see her here in the box. Oh, Castaspella. Is that her name? Yeah. So Castaspella's spell thing on her goes on her back. It was really stiff and didn't move very good. So just like with Hordak, I made a version where it spins. There it is. See, where it actually spins around by putting it in a drill and loosening it up. It doesn't make sense if you can't even use it because it's too tight. Of course, her hair hits it now. Anyway, so I don't do a lot of customizing with She-Ra figures like I do with the male figures, which I know is kind of messed up. Just a little bit, mostly fixing more than anything else. Things that are wrong. See, here's her her mask and her glowing swords. I actually put a bunch of glow paint on the swords, but yeah, not a lot. Anyway, look at your guys' comments. Mike Fee says, "Hey Todd, I sent you the box work and the figure of the new Eternal." Wow. Thanks, man. See, Black Phoenix 67 says, I wish I could get a new She-Ra show based on the original designs. None of that anime nonsense with them going to prom. All right. Yes. It'd be cool to see an actual She-Ra that actually holds true to the original show. Unlike He-Man, they didn't have mini comics first that, made her like a barbarian, which would have been cool too. But anyway. Where did she go? Here she is. And it's funny too, whenever I would customize a figure, I always kept enough parts to put her back to original configuration. So here's an unaltered head. And then I also have an unaltered feather set too. That way, if I want to, I can just put her back to the way she used to be without too much effort. Oh yeah, here is... No, it's not. I thought this was my Ultimate She-Ra, but it's not. Never mind, that's the 2-pack one. And you can tell the 2-pack one because the golds are more bronze looking. I didn't realize that until later on. You can really see it. At first I thought it was a mistake, but you can really see it in the shield because they actually made it more bronze on purpose. I thought it was because the way it was packed out with Supergirl that she looked more bronze, but if you take a look, that's the one I painted. That's not a good example. Here you go. You can see the color difference between their wristbands, between the 2-pack and the single pack. Which is funny because this She-Ra comes with the bronze sword, so it comes with the silver sword. But see how we can see it or not in this light. Let me get a better light. Let me get my AA light. Nope, that's number 1. I see AA is like the super bright one. It's the last one I bought. And it is like massively bright. There you go. And you can see it's just more bronze looking for the 2-pack than it was for the single pack. You could definitely see it in her well, that's a bronze one too. There we go. You can definitely see it in her headdress, especially where this one's more bronze and this one's more gold. So if you ever get a She-Ra that's loose, just take a look and see if it's bronzy looking or gold looking, and you can tell which one you got. The bronze ones are the 2-pack, the gold ones are the single packs. All right, I think that's about all I got. Let me check your guys' final questions. I know I kind of went on a crazy rambling there for a while. Yes, she has to keep fighting. All right. So, that's pretty much all I got. Now I got a big mess on my desk again. No. Every video, I always end up with a giant mess of figures by the time I'm done. Because the questions you guys have or things that's like, oh yeah, I got that too. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, this is such a cool figure. I think I almost didn't get her. It's funny, I only have 3 figures from this line. And that's her and 2 horses. That's it. But it's a pretty cool line. It's just so expensive. That's why I don't have a lot of them. Again, her face is not that great, but everything else in the figure is spectacular. All right, so in the comments, I want to know what you think about the She-Ra figure that I just reviewed, this one right here. What do you think of her? Do you think her chin's too weak? Do you think they messed up? Do you think it was false advertising by them showing us one picture of a She-Ra and giving us a different one? Or are you like, you know what, Todd? It's just a kid's toy. Don't be so concerned. But anyway, let me know. And why no real hair? Yep, I think they're trying to go with the whole action figure vibe. That's why I don't think they have the real hair anymore. Well, not real hair, but synthetic hair that you can comb. Yeah. I'm so disappointed about that chin, though. It's funny, it doesn't look as weak out of the box, though. In the box, it just looks so short the way they angled her head. I think is the plastic had her head down a little bit like that. It just gives the appearance like she has a super weak chin. But if you put it up, it's not so bad. Still debating. Yeah, let's take a look at that He-Man again. Where is he? Did I put him back in the box? Oh, I did. Yep, they did put whites in the eyes of He-Man too. So, unlike the smaller figures, the Origins, where they actually gave them full eye color, as opposed to the male figures that they just gave us black dots. I think that's so funny the way they did that. That He-Man's head looks goofy. Hey. Like I told you guys before, this is my go-to He-Man head. Oh. All right. Oh, this He-Man's head looks goofy. Okay, yeah. I thought you meant the Origins one. Like, what? Even the Savage He-Man's head looks kind of weird. Savage He-Man. Oh. Cabbage Patch He-Man. Oh. Goober He-Man. That's funny. Black dots like Barney or Wilma. There we go. All right. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, share the video. Let me know what you think about She-Ra's chin. Am I being ridiculous? Or does it seem to you also that they sold us a bad bill of goods? Let me show you the picture again for comparison so you guys can see. Here's the one they showed us online that we purchased from. And then here's the one we got. Is it the same? Yeah, I think it's totally different. Okay, number 1. Number 2. Oh well. I'll stop complaining now. My wife doesn't want to hear it anyway. The angle of their eyes is off. I do like the Filmation head for the Origins He-Man in the 4-pack, though. It does look nice. Yeah, I don't know. His lips are kind of weird looking, though. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That is so true. Guess I should take off the so I can poke them out at you guys. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Hey, the eyes of the beholder. He's beholding his eyes. Okay, you guys. I think I've had enough fun. I'm sure you guys are probably tired of me as well. So, good journey, and until next time.